right. So just when you thought that the club rugby was fading out, the club rugby carries on. We've of course got good news that the Sevens rugby tournament is going to be happening around, well, we're waiting for the dates, but it is on. So this is going to be quite exciting. Sevens coming back again, but in the meantime, of course, there's knockout finals happening in the Paarl area. This past weekend was the Paarl region knockout semi-finals. We just took a look at the match between Young Gardens and Paarl Rangers, and now Young Standards up against Lower Paarl. Nazim, what is the mental shift that you have when it's going into a semi-finals? Is there a difference? Do the players feel different about it? Do the coaches feel different about it? You've just come out of a quite a tough run, but you also know that you have to win if you want to play in the finals.
Look, JP, what the coaches will always tell you is, look, it is just another game, and you must just continue doing what you've done during the year. Yeah. But I'm telling you, the pressure is different.
The pressure is different?
Yeah, the pressure is different. And under pressure, you do different things. So even if you say you're going to do the same thing, it is not the same, because you know when you realize if you lose that game, there's not a second chance.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a look now at the first half, Young Standards, Lower Paarl. Well, there we go, folks. Young Standards, Lower Paarl, or of course, Blues, leading 16 points to 5. And of course, up against Young Standards. Right, Nazim, one of the questions that I always ask Jerome when he comes in studio is, what is the halftime talk? Young Standards is behind here now, 16-5. They know that they're going to have to turn it on. What are you as the coach saying to the team now?
But from what I can see on the game as well is that they definitely have to keep possession and get field position, because they're not really in a position where they can attack and get points on the board. So the first thing is they need to hold on to the ball, get the set piece right, so that they can put pressure on the other team.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, of course, as you know, before we take our break and go into the second half of the match between Young Standards and Lower Paarl, and just big thanks again to the guys from Livestream Adventures and Regan Julies and Brandon Jonathan for making sure that we get the footage of the teams. It's great to give exposure to Gardens, Paarl Rangers, Young Standards, and Lower Paarl. MChem 24-hour pharmacy is on board with Cape Rugby TV, of course, on the corner of N1 and Durban Road. MChem Pharmacy is, of course, also the official pharmacy to DHL Western Province Rugby and the Currie Cup team, the Stormers teams. Now, what you should know, folks, is, of course, that MChem is open 24 hours a day. They've got multiple zones, and one of the zones that they've got, or shall we say one of the services that they've got, is a wound care clinic from 8 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock in the evening, Monday to Sunday. So if you've perhaps had surgery, or maybe you've had an injury and you've got a dressing and you need someone to change your dressing and you need someone to make sure that it's being done right, then MChem 24-hour pharmacy has got qualified nursing sisters on duty to help you with that. So don't take these chances at home. You need your dressing changed for wounds, get down to MChem 24-hour pharmacy. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to carry on taking a look at the second half. Young Standards against Lower Paarl. Back in a sec.